morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Well, years ago, we heard that the show Seinfeld was a show about nothing. Well, that was years ago, and I'm still a show about nothing. I have nothing to say. I don't know. There's nothing much happening today. But I'm gonna just probably prattle on for no reason at all. I was just listening to a video where somebody was making crock pot lasagna, and I thought, doesn't that sound good? I've never tried making lasagna in a crock pot. I would love to know how it turns out. So I haven't finished her video yet. I'm gonna go back and finish it and see how it turned out. But it sounded like a good idea. Like, I just really sounded good. We've been spoiled because Gary has been cooking some wonderful meals. Tonight we just had takeout because we give him a night off because he's been so busy doing these things. So we've given him a night off and we just ordered pizza and chicken bites. But it's getting so expensive. You know, you try to go to a grocery store to save money and not eat out, but even at the grocery store, it's ridiculous, the price of food and everything else at the same time. Like, it just seems to come upon us. Anyway, what else has been going on? Claudine got out into the world for a little while today. She's not able to drive yet, of course. So her friend Jody was going up to the grocery store, and Gary wanted to go for a little ride. So Gary was going to go with Jody up to the grocery store, and Claudine said, if I don't get out of the car and I just stay in the car, maybe I can go along for the ride. So she went along for the ride, and I said, did the world look any better or worse or the same as when you last saw it? And she said to me, she says it looked busier because I guess everybody's out getting Christmas all together and whatnot now. So we've done whatever we were going to do for Christmas, and we've got it all here. I've got a couple of little small things to wrap up, but other than that, I have nothing else that has to be purchased. I've got everything. One thing that we are getting is supposed to be coming in the mail, and of course we have a mail strike on right now, so I'm not sure. We have to email the person and see whether there's alternate arrangements, whether they'll courier it out or what we're going to do with it. So we have to take care of that. But the post office, unless they settled it today, I don't know if they've settled it today or not. Haven't checked into that. We don't actually have news here. Well, I shouldn't say we don't have news. We don't have television. We have streaming services, and we have our YouTube and whatnot that we can cast to the TV, but we don't pay Cablevision at all. So we just pay for our Wi-Fi. So we can't get the local news and whatnot. So I just depend on the internet to give me the headlines, and I haven't checked today to see if there was any news on the strike issue or not. So I should take care of that at some point in time. And Bill got word today from the doctor that he has 2 more weeks before he has to go and have another chemo injection, and then he'll be back on course for that. So he had a little break off of that, and now he's going to start up again on his chemo in a couple weeks. I have on the 15th my CAT scan to see what's going on with my abdomen, because my abdomen is very filled either with fluid or with air or with something from where this tube is leaking or not leaking or whatever is happening there, because I get air coming hissing out of my abdomen area through this cord or tube. I get that, and I also can get stomach contents that come back on it, which are very disgusting because it smells kind of like vomit, and it's very disgusting when that happens. And I got to tell you what happened to me last night. I have vivid dreams at times. Well, last night in my dreams, I remembered that I was somehow swimming in the ocean, and I got caught up in a whirlpool. And I remember being flung around in this whirlpool. Well, when I woke up this morning, my head was at the wrong end of the bed. I was completely turned around in the bed. Even my pillow was at the wrong end of the bed. And of course, I was then laying on my bad arm. And so my arm was in great pain. And I hadn't had my machine on for hours and hours and hours. So therefore, I had no dopamine in my brain. And I couldn't reach my buzzer to press the button to say I need help, because it was at the other end of the bed. So I had to lay there until it was time for somebody to come in, and Gary came in to check on me. Oh no, a couple times I heard something, and I called out to him, but he was far down the hallway. But Claudine heard me through the baby monitor that we have set up. So Claudine heard me, so she came in and she said, oh, well, she couldn't move me, of course, because I was just dead weight. I couldn't help myself at all. So she said, I will let Gary know and he'll have to come in to try and help you move. So Gary came up at that point in time and we tried to get me to move, but the pain, as soon as we moved my head off my arm, the pain would run down it. So we tried to hook me up to the machine to get me some dopamine into my brain to maybe get me to move a little bit before we would, try to carry on with moving me around. And Gary finally did manage to get me set up and back down. So I went to sleep about, I don't know what time. I had been up for hours. It was really stupid. I woke up at, get this, 1:01, 2:02, 3:03, and 4:04. I woke up each of those times and then went back to sleep, but I saw those times on the clock. Then I had fallen asleep on the wrong end of the thing after being flung around with a whirlpool. And so then it was going to be time. It was about 9 o'clock, and I had just fallen back into a nice sleep, and Hannah came to help me get ready. And I just was so tired, and she said, I'm going to let you sleep, Darlene. And she said, I'm going to get you dressed and washed and whatnot, but then I'm just going to leave you in your bed if that's okay with you, and you can sleep until you're ready to get up, and then Gary can come and help get you up. I said, it sounded good to me. So anyway, I slept for another hour, and I got up just after 11 o'clock, and I then felt like I'd had a little bit of sleep at that point in time, so that was good. So tonight I'm really, really hoping that I sleep well tonight. And I should, if I have a bad night like that, I should. But I've got to figure out why I'm having these crazy dreams. Like, why was I in a whirlpool? And it's fine to dream that you're in a whirlpool, but how do you manage to fling off your covers, get yourself completely turned around a bit? Oh, not only had I done that, but I had taken off my pajama top, I had put on a camisole, and then turned the fan on. And so I was laying close to the fan at the wrong end of the bed without my warm pajama top on, just a little camisole, and I was freezing to death. Like, honestly, I don't know what was going on in my mind. Anyway. Oh, and the other thing that I got up and I was putting different hangers on my clothes. Like, when I am up and I have energy, I try to do something, but then all of a sudden the railing that held my clothes up, it crashed to the ground and went clattering across the floor and made a great big loud noise, and I thought sure everybody would come running to see what had gone on in my bedroom. But anyway, nobody heard it. Or Claudine told me she heard it, but she figured it was okay because she heard me utter a slight curse word and then say, oh, well, I'm just going to go to sleep again. I'll get it in the morning. So she had heard that, so she knew that whatever it was something that would be taken care of later. So it got it hung back up again today, and I'm hoping that it stays up because it scared the dickens out of me when it did fall. Anyway, that was my excitement for the day. And I haven't done anything else today. No, I don't think so. I think that was it. So I guess my excitement is I've got to hopefully sleep through the night tonight and not change directions in my bed. All right. Well, we've had our nice remembrance time together. Thank you all for all the kind words. And I'm hoping that we're all going to have a good Christmas season. All right. Bye-bye.